All right, guys. Well, welcome. And this is my first Bible study that I'm doing. And if you know me, I am not a religious person at all. For many years of my life, I was atheist. Um, then I became agnostic, and there's pantheism, and that's kind of where I'm sitting at now. But the reason I decided to start making these videos is because I was like, well, if there's 1.3 billion Christians, more than any other religion out there, I was thinking to myself, there's got to be something to it, right? Well, I'm not completely ignorant of the Bible. I grew up, I've been to church many times, have tons of friends who are Christians and whatnot. And I even went to a private school, a private Christian school for uh, quite a few years, from like pre-K to third grade. Um, so, I mean, I've been to church, and Sunday school and stuff. So I know all the main stories, and I know, watch the Ten Commandments every Easter, I'm not completely ignorant, but I definitely haven't been practicing for like the last ever. Um, but I like this style more. This suits me more, and I hope it's better for you too. If you're one of the people that doesn't like going to church, right? So uh, I kind of wanted to give this as a little bit of an intro. I did another video about this too, but I just kind of wanted to start off with this real quick. But um, this is more my speed. Like, I don't want to get up early and go to church. Like, no, thank you. And I'm pretty sure if God's all knowing, He knows, well, first of all, you don't have to go to church to be a good person or a good Christian or whatever, but you don't, I'm pretty sure God would know, like, what's in your heart and if you're being genuine and true and whatnot. Um, so, but this is more my style. I like wearing my stupid little shirts and having bedhead and, uh, you know, just being me, chilling in my living room. Plus, I don't like being around a bunch of people that I don't know, having to do the like stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, uh, you know, listen to songs, which this is the biggest one that gets me. I hate the music at church. They're all boring, they're all lame, and they're all the same. Like, I mean, it would be different if you just even made up a different song every once in a while, but they all have very like monotone melody, and it's all just like, how great is our God? He's so great. He can do anything. And I'm just like, yeah, it sounds like the other 50 songs you sang. Um, So that gets me. And then having to like, when they say like, oh, take a moment to, get to know the people around you. And then you have to shake hands and pretend like you know this person and, you know, really want to shake their hands. Like, it's not my style, man. I don't want to do that. So yeah, not really my cup of tea. This is more me. And normally I make workout videos, but I decided, this is something that I really want to do. So each time I'm just going to take, like a chapter and go like Genesis 1, Genesis 2, Exodus 1, Exodus 2, all the way through Revelation. So there's going to be a crap ton of videos. But anyway, I got my coffee. Yep. I used to not like coffee either, but as I've gotten older, I've kind of grown to like it. And I got my big old thing of water. I drink tons of water. I drink about 2 gallons a day, which, I'm very big into exercising and eating right and taking care of yourself. And, I think if you're religious, if you're a Christian, aren't you supposed to kind of treat your body as a temple? You're not supposed to put drugs and alcohol in you. You're not supposed to be eating crappy food. You're supposed to take care of yourself, because I mean, if you're not really taking care of your health, can you really go out there and be a good Christian? Like, I mean, of course you can, but I mean, wouldn't you be able to do it better if you were in better health and able to be more mobile and more confident and feeling good about yourself and all that stuff? And so uh, I feel like, to me, it would seem like, yeah, if you were a Christian, you would want to take care of yourself. Like, if this is your body, your vessel that God gave you, then, you know, uh, wouldn't you want to take care of it? It's kind of like the earth, right? I don't know. Anyway, so enough of the rant, enough of the whatnot. I'm going to just start reading. And as I read, I'm going to stop periodically, save my thoughts. And sometimes throughout these videos, I might tell some jokes because I'm a jokester like that, but, or I might have a deep philosophical question or whatever. But yeah, so I guess let's just start off with the beginning. And I'm reading from the New International Reader's Version, because I don't like that old school like King James where all the thee, thou, and just the way that we don't talk like that. So like that doesn't make sense to me. I find that hard to read. That's what I find it. Anyways, my eyes are kind of blurry, so here we go. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth didn't have any shape, and it was empty. There was darkness over the surface of the waves. At the time, the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. I wonder what they mean by that. The Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Okay. I'm going to write some of this stuff down. Okay. Let's see. God said, "Let there be light." Okay, this has always been a point to me that I thought was very fascinating, and I had this idea as a little kid, like maybe 8 or 9 years old, whatever. Let there be light. So I interpret that to mean like God created the stars, the sun, right? And so boom, there's light. Or that's the way I guess a lot of people take it. The way I took it, I really took that as the Big Bang. And a lot of people don't like, the Big Bang, because people think like, oh, well, that's the scientific explanation of how the universe was created. And, that's not, the word of God. And I mean, if God's all powerful and like, if he created everything, science is a part of everything. So didn't he create science? So isn't that, isn't it possible that God created the Big Bang? So when I hear people say like, oh, it wasn't the Big Bang, God created it. Yeah, maybe it could have been both. You don't know. I don't know. Anyways, and see, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good. He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and called the darkness night. There was evening and there was morning. It was day one. God said, "Let there be a huge space between the waters. Let it separate water from water." And that's exactly what happened. God made the huge space between the waters. He separated the water under the space from the water above it. God called this huge space sky. There was evening and there was morning. It was day 2. God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let dry ground appear." And that's exactly what happened. God called the dry ground land. He called the water that gathered together seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce plants. Let them produce their own seeds, and let there be trees on the land that grow fruit with seeds in it. Let each kind of plant or tree have its kind of seeds." And that's exactly what happened. So the land produced plants. Each kind of plant had its own kind of seeds, and the land produced trees that grew fruit with seeds in it. Each kind of tree had its own kind of seeds. God saw that it was good. There was evening and then there was morning, and it was day 3. God said, let there be lights in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night. So I guess that's actually the stars, right? Let the lights set the times for the holy celebrations. Let the lights set the times for the holy celebrations. So were they using constellations and stuff to decide times of year and what to celebrate, like harvest and stuff? I don't know. Let them be lights in the huge space of the sky and give lights on the earth. And that's exactly what happened. God made 2 great lights. He made the larger light the ruler of the day, and the smaller light to rule over the night. So I guess the sun and the moon, or maybe the sun and the Big Dipper. I don't know. He also made the stars. Well, I guess it couldn't have been the Big Dipper, so I guess the moon. God put the lights in the huge space of the sky to give lights on the earth. He put them there to rule over the day and the night. He put them there to separate light from darkness. God saw it was good. There was evening and there was morning. It was day 4. God said, "Let the seas be filled with living things. Let the birds fly above the earth across the huge space and sky." So God created the great sea creatures. He created every kind of living thing that fills the seas and moves about in them. He created every kind of bird that flies, and God saw that it was good. God blessed them. He said, Have little ones so that there will be many of you. Will fill the water in the seas. Let there be more and more birds on the earth." There was evening and there was morning. It was day 5. God said, "Let the land produce every kind of living creature. Let there be livestock and creatures that move along the ground and wild animals." And that's exactly what happened. God made every kind of wild animal. He made every kind of livestock. He made every kind of creature that moves along the ground, and God saw that it was good. Okay, so if I were to rewrite the Bible, there's a lot of things that I think are kind of like redundant. Like, like he made, the birds, and he made every kind of bird, and like he made every kind of bird, and it was good. I just feel like there's a lot of redundancy there. You could cut a lot of meat out there and just be like, "Hey, God created the birds. There's a bunch of them. It was good." I mean, come on. Let's just get to the point. Let's get to it. Then God said, "Let us make human beings so that they are like us." I guess us being God and the angels. "Let them rule over the fish in the seas and the birds in the sky. Let them rule over the livestock and all the wild animals, and let them rule over the creatures that move along the ground." So, to all the vegans and vegetarians that are like, meat is murder and that's cruel and stuff. Look, man, all these animals and plants were put here for me and you to eat. That's it just is what it is. Like, if you think about it, I feel kind of bad for, little cows and pigs and chickens and stuff, that have to die for me to eat, but I got to eat. So anyway, so God created human beings in his own likeness. He created them to be like himself. He created them as male and female. God blessed them. He said to them, have children so that there will be many of you. Fill the earth and bring it under your control. Again, bring the earth under our control. I feel like we're the dominant, we are the apex species on this planet. So everything, every air, land, sea, animal, it's ours to rule. This is our domain, our dominion, whatever. Rule over the fish in the seas and the birds in the sky. Rule over every living creature that moves along the ground. Then God said, I am giving you every plant on the face of the whole earth that produces its own seeds. So here we go with this redundancy. Like, we already covered this, like, there's seeds there. Like, can we just move on? Keep it moving. I'm giving you every tree that has fruit with seeds in it. All of them will be given to you for food. I am giving every green plant as food for all the land animals and for all the birds in the sky. I'm also giving the plants to all the creatures that move along the ground. I'm giving them to every living thing that breathes. And that's exactly what happened. God saw everything he had made and said it was very good. There was evening and there was morning, and it was day 6. So that is Genesis 1. So one day I think I'm going to go back and just write a Bible and just take out the little redundancies. Like, how many times did they say, like, the plant and the plant that has seeds and the plant that has seeds will take over the ground, and the animals that swim and the animals that fly. Like, so much redundancy. Like, we can't we just cut this down? Come on, chop, let's go. But that's just me. Maybe some people like that, like, repetitive humdrum, just, I don't know. I do not. So next we'll do Genesis 2. Yeah, just kind of real nervous in this video. It's my first video, and like I said, this is in my wheelhouse, so probably not my best video, but we're gonna do more and more all the time. So, all right, guys, if you like this video and you want to see some more, please subscribe, and you can see me hanging out in my living room with my messy hair and my stupid t-shirts and me making jokes and being ridiculous. But I kind of feel like this is more of how everyday people look and act and do and stuff like that. Like, doing that phony, pretentious stuff where you're in church and you're all just like, hey, aren't we all dressed up prim and proper? Oh, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, hey, like, I think it's very phony. And then you, like, walk off and don't even think about that person or talk to them or text them or anything for a week. And then you come back on, oh, look at me dressed up all again. Oh, I'm a respectable person. Like, it's phony. It's just phony. Anyways, all right, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe. If you know someone who might find it useful, share with them. Otherwise, like and comment. All right, see you next time.